Well, Rob, you've made the decision to put Dean Mum as captain for the new season, taking over from Tom Hayes. A tough decision, I'd imagine.
Yeah, very tough. There's a few reasons for it. Obviously, Tommy's done a fantastic job, in the time he's been captain. But we're still a little bit unsure of his injury situation. Had a relatively major back operation at the end of last season. And although his rehab's gone pretty well and he's back pretty much full on in training, there's still some issues about when we're going to get him back close to 100%. And that's obviously had some effect on the decision. If we're getting close to the season now, I think it's very important we get our leadership kind of situation sorted. Dean's shown some fantastic qualities in the time he's been with us. He's an experienced captain. And I think now, the time is right for making the change. And like I say, it's not any negatives on Tommy. He's done a fantastic job. Spoke to him obviously at length about it, but I think we're all kind of comfortable with that situation, and it's a great opportunity for Dean, and like I said, a kind of a great honour for him to kind of step in and become an Exeter Chiefs Premiership captain.
I was going to say, Dean himself said there's a lot of leaders within the club, not necessarily Tom, but right round through Gareth Steenson, James Skaysbrook, Hayden. There's all sorts there, and he'll get plenty of help along the way, no doubt.
Oh yeah, I mean it's very much one part of the leadership of the side. I mean we have a pretty big leadership group on a week by week basis as we prepare for games. We tend to have a meeting early in the week with the leadership group, and sometimes it can be 7 or 8 players. And as you say, it tends to be those guys. James Skaysbrook was very often the defensive leader. Our half-backs, Hayden and Gareth, are in there kind of when we talk about how we want to play the game. So it is a relatively big group, and I think we'll probably see we may include a younger player in our leadership group this year as well, because we do have a large number of very good young players, and I think involving them in our leadership discussions is going to be very important as well. So let's say it's a great reward for Dean. But I think it's very important that everyone appreciates what a great job Tom's done so far, and and he will still be a key part of the leadership ongoing here at the club. Kind of in whatever capacity he's involved, and whenever he's 100% fit.
Everyone's come back refreshed and revived after a week's break, and that you can see the excitement building within the camp now ahead of the new season. Yeah,
we kind of look around. The pitch was kind of had a fair bit of work done on it, and it's looking fantastic now. And we trained on it for the first time yesterday. We're kind of 10 days away from our first game. We're a few days away from that first selection, and although we'll use most of the senior squad in that first game, the players will already be looking to see who's the first team onto the pitch, and all the kind of things that you work on in pre-season have got to start coming together now. And as you can say, you can start to feel it's in the air a little bit. That there's a little bit of edginess about. There's a few guys looking around, and as you say, they're getting ready to put everything we've done in pre-season into practice.
The squad's coming together. Fetu's arrived this week. There's talk as well with Romana Graham. Bring us up to speed with that, and also the arrival of Fetu.
Yeah, good to have Fets here. Kind of, it's kind of the timing we anticipated him being here. Obviously, he had a long season with his involvement with Tonga in the Pacific Nations, so he's kind of arrived just about the time we thought he would. In time for us to get a little bit of pre-season into him before the game start, and as you say, with Romana Graham, obviously with Tommy's situation, and then with James Hanks breaking his collarbone as well, our resources at second row have become a bit more stretched than we anticipated. We've actually had a good look at Romana quite early in the piece. Really, we were looking at him before the end of last season when we were looking at potential second rows who were available. Quite liked him then. But decided to go with what we had. But obviously, as I say, with various situations, I think to go back to him felt really comfortable. And we were fortunate enough, even though it was late in the day and he'd signed an ITM contract with Waikato, that we've been able to negotiate out of that. And hopefully he should be here in the next couple of weeks as well.
The rest of the new guys have settled in really well. Don Armand, Dave Lewis, lots of the new faces are really embedded. And I suppose the strength of the squad is that they look as though they've been here a long time, all of them. Yeah, well, I think the guys were here early in pre-season. Obviously had the benefit of the kind of pre-season camp the guys went away on, and of the various Friday team building exercises we've done. The newer arrivals, though, as you say, they've kind of slotted in perfectly. And I think that just is a demonstration of the strength of the squad, and how kind of friendly and how they feel it's very important to integrate everybody as soon as possible. Guys don't really turn up here and feel like new players for very long.
for various reasons, but mainly because of the attitude of the players. They're very aware of how important it is to have a real strong bond and a friendship between each other, and they work very hard at it. And I think we've seen the rewards of that over the last 3 or 4 years in the Premiership, that a squad of players who appreciate each other and respect each other is very important, and I think we've seen that evidence again with the new players who've turned up.
From your own perspective, how much are you looking to the 4th season in the Premiership?
Yeah, I think it's going to be fantastic. We always look at it as a great challenge and a great opportunity, and they are long seasons, and we have got a tough Ireland Cup group. But what great challenges they are. Starting the season away at Northampton in front of a sellout crowd, games like Toulon and Cardiff, in the Heineken Cup. These are fantastic fixtures, and for me, it's about staying very, very positive. As I say, very, very enthusiastic and ambitious about what's in front of us, because we've always approached every season like that. Playing rugby is, sport is about, enjoying it. It's not about dreading it because you're scared of what might happen at the end of the season. So for us, we're just absolutely looking forward to the Scarlets game in a minute, and then we'll start looking forward to the Northampton game, and we'll hit that game with everything we've got, see what happens, and then we'll move on to the second game of the Premiership.